it's probably more cost effective to use other policy instruments to reduce emissions from agriculture.
And then we have the
food security.
To you, Dominique.
Well, Africa, of course, would be the region that could potentially see the greatest deficit in food production. As Stefan had pointed out, most of the growth in the past has been through land expansion, so they've had very low productivity growth. They had very high population growth, so it doesn't take a lot to figure out that Africa is the most at risk. Certainly, it has been in the past, and looking forward, it will be as well. On top of that, climate change could change things quite significantly. I mean, if the scientists are correct in that climate change is likely to affect productivity more in tropical countries than in temperate countries, well, then that deficit would widen for places like Africa and perhaps Asia as well, because some of the numbers coming out of the climate change literature on yield impacts in South Asia, I've seen numbers as high as 45% drop in yields from climate change. So were that the case in a place like India, which is more or less self-sufficient right now, but 45% decline in yields would certainly be very very damaging for Indian agriculture, perhaps a bright spot for Swedish agriculture.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and let's give a big hand of appreciation to the panelists. For some very interesting and clear and really thought-provoking presentations. We now move to, as you see from the schedule, to our second session, Global Demand for Wood and Fiber in the Next 20 Years. And we have, for this session, the pleasure of having a very distinguished presenter, Mr. Jan Winsell, who is the president of the renowned Pöyry Forest Industry Consulting Company. Jan is a Master of Science